Hi, this is Shashi Saluna from the tantriccouple.com. I'm here to answer your inquiries about retreats, just to tell you a little bit more. And I know you can read things, but somehow I think it's easier if you hear a bit about them. So I'm going to tell you one by one. So looking at the webpage here, on the tantriccouple.com, if you click under the group events, then you find retreats 24. So in July 19th to the 21st, we have Tantric Sexual Mastery for Couples. That's a weekend in the beautiful Glastonbury. It's my favorite place in the UK, full of magic and sacred sites. This will be very much about tantric sexuality, and this, I always like to say, this isn't because you're not good at sex or don't enjoy sex already, but more about taking our sexuality to the next level. I always feel like sexuality is like playing a musical instrument, and we tend to know like one style, like we know how to play classical, for example, but we could also learn jazz and soul and, so many different genres. And so Tantric sexuality is about learning more creativity and playfulness with our sexuality, as well as understanding some of these incredible principles that Tantra give us about how we can use our sexual energy to have more connection with our partner, to feel more alive, to bring energy up to our heart instead of just climaxing and losing that energy. We can learn how to, what we call sublimate, like how to have heartgasms. We can also bring the energy up into the third eye and have braingasms, have connection to the universe, spiritual experiences. There's just so much potential that's there that nobody taught us in our sex ed at school. And so this retreat this weekend is an introduction to all of that. There's going to be homework. There's always homework, the best homework you've ever been given, where we will demonstrate something in class, and then you'll go off back to your bedrooms and you'll have some homework time together to try things out in the privacy of your bedrooms. And then we'll come back and we'll have women sharing circles and men sharing circles and be able to share and ask questions and explore things together. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We're looking at tantric touch, so we're looking at different ways of touching, not just the way that we used to, and how we can affect energy and open up each other's bodies and all these kind of things we can do with touch. We're looking at ejaculatory mastery for the guys. So by mastery, that means having choice around whether you ejaculate or not. And if you're new to that concept, that's, you might just think of just like holding back and creating a lot of blue balls and tension. It's not it at all. It's just actually when we can have full body energy orgasms, then less of the strain goes into the body, sort of ending sexuality with that climax. And we can take sexuality into another realm, if you like. So it's just about having ejaculatory choice there. De-armoring is about helping our partner to clear armor that was there when we didn't feel safe enough before. And that's particularly strong in female bodies. We've had a lot of times where we said yes and we meant no, or we weren't ready, and our body kind of braces and armors up. And eventually women can either have pain in lovemaking or just like not have pleasure. It can be numbness or even reluctance to have sex. Very normal things for the female body, until we learn how to de-armor and clear away that past protection that was needed at the time. And when we can release that, then we can access amazing amounts of pleasure. And we're especially looking at being able to have vaginal orgasms and internal orgasms, not just relying on the clitoris. Tantric rituals, so we're going to guide you through some beautiful ways to create sacred space together, full body energy orgasms, and yeah, it's going to be a great weekend. This one is non-residential. There's a few rooms on site, and then we have a couple of places just a 1 minute, 2 minute walk away. So book early to get the closest rooms, but all the rooms are lovely. And I recommend staying afterwards for a couple of days just to enjoy Glastonbury if you haven't been before, because and I will guide you through that, like going to the White Well, going to the Red Well, going up the Tor. There's some really amazing sites. That's not included because we'll be busy doing Tantra, so you can add that on. Then in August 23rd to the 25th, Tantric Massage for Couples. So this is a really nice follow-on after doing the first weekend. is to come. You can just do one, you can do both, it's up to you, but it's a really nice pair, because on that weekend we're going to be teaching step-by-step of tantric massage techniques. And again, there'll be some things we do in class, there'll be demos, you can practice some things together, you can take some things back to your room. With all our tantric couples retreats, by the way, you are working as a couple. I just want to make that really clear, because a lot of tantra, everybody's moving around, working with different people. That's not what the tantric couple is about. It's for people that want to work with one person. So we don't mind whether you've been together for 30 years and you're married, or maybe you just met. Maybe you're just checking each other out and you'd like to have some tantric experiences together. It doesn't matter what your longevity is or what the form of your relating is, but you're just coming on this retreat to work with that person. There's occasional moments where we all have a dance together and connect with the group field, of course, but you will have very much your own corner, your own temple space, so you have a lot of privacy. And as I said, there's also a lot of time to go back to your bedroom, but you do have homework. You're not just going home to be on your phones. I recommend to actually have a digital detox for the whole weekend and put your relationship as your top priority. So that's the second weekend at the end of August. And then we also have a week long, which is in October 4th till the 11th in Switzerland. Beautiful Switzerland. I'm a quarter Swiss, so I'm actually very happy about going to Switzerland. And this retreat is a whole week, and it's one of my favorites, one of everybody's favorites. It's called the 7 Veils of Intimacy. The 7 Veils of Intimacy is a very magical journey in which it comes from a Taoist practice that realized that we can be opened one veil at a time, and that, you know, as long-term couples, we tend to think, okay, well, now that we're having sex, we just have sex every time we're going to be intimate, we'll just have sex. And the thing is that tends to stagnate very quickly. You know, many couples just say, oh, I've lost my spark. You haven't lost your spark, you've lost your creativity. You've lost your ability to open each other. You think, oh, well, I already opened her once, I don't need to do it again. We're already married, we don't need to like open each other. But actually, we want to be like teenagers again. We want to be like, what is it if you're not allowed to go under the clothes, you know? So there's a whole veil. The veils are about physical veils. So there's a veil where we're not even touching, and we start to arouse the energy body, anticipation and desire and yearning and wanting and longing to touch, longing to be touched, and we remember what that spark of magnetism is. And then there's veils where we're just going to touch around the edges of the clothing, but we're not going to go underneath. And that's like, wow, the excitement. So we're going to rebuild anticipation, excitement, and most of all, we're working with energy, and we're learning how these veils reactivate that energy of desire again. So each day is a different veil. There'll be different exercises, meditations and practices, and we ask you as a couple to slow right down, even if you've been making love for 30 years, to go back to step one as if you're dating. It's going to be like a whole week of dating, step by step. You're going to rediscover each other's bodies, and you're going to discover deeper levels of pleasure, of energy, of intimacy, of desire than you ever dreamed were possible. This is absolutely one of the best retreats that we do at the Tantric Couple, and it's a winner every time. So that's the week long. You're welcome to join us for all three. It will be a lovely journey if you do so. You can also pick one of them. That's it. So I hope that answers questions that you have. For practical things, you can use the email and chat with Shane. So I'm going to be leading these retreats, assisted and supported by Shane Norton, who actually we met in Glastonbury last year, and we've been doing a lot of different tantric practices, exercises, meditations together over this year, and really finding our gifts together. He's very skilled with healing. He's an osteopath, very skilled with communication tools. He's really done a lot of work around healing the masculine, so he's a great leader for men. He's been deeply diving into Tantra for many years. He's also an organizer for big Tantric events in Switzerland, so we have a great chemistry together, great rapport. So we're really looking forward to being your hosts for these retreats. And if you have practical questions, then you can email at thetantriccouple@gmail.com, And I just look forward to seeing you there. Let's fill a world full of love. It's what the world needs right now, right? See you there.